how we joined the Hytale revolution, awaited by millions, witnessing history, next-gen modding, and Sandbox vision. We had reached the end of years of speculation, countless blog posts, and that never-ending excited wait. The calendars were showing January 12, 2026. Only hours remained until that revolutionary grand opening where the cards in the Sandbox gaming world would be reshuffled. And we had begun our preparations to witness this historic moment and be a part of that first wave. Our first stop was Hytale's official website. Hypixel Studios had designed this process not just as an ordinary game launch, but as an ecosystem growing together with the community. We were logging into our account. Taking heed of the critical warning issued by founder Simon in those days, we needed to download the Hytale launcher to our system and reserve our spot early before the massive congestion that would occur on the servers. As pioneers, we hadn't let go of our precautions. One of Hytale's biggest promises was optimization. Looking at the system requirements, we could see that the game was designed to run fluently on a much wider range of hardware, and even in heavily modded states, unlike Minecraft. This was a technical foundation laid to reach millions. And we had started the installation. While that loading bar filled up on the screen, we were actually watching the changing of an era. For players who had forced their creativity within the limits of the Java engine for years, Hytale promised limitless freedom with its own custom engine. Mods would no longer be plugins that slowed down the game, but directly supported parts inherent in the game's DNA. The installation was complete. We were running the Hytale launcher for the first time. We performed our authorization via the browser as required by security protocols. This stage proved the importance Hypixel placed on account security from that day on. That green checkmark and the authentication successful text appearing on the screen meant we held the key to a new universe. That simple yet exciting interface stood before us. There was a massive text on the screen. Hytale is on the way. The date pointed to January 13, 2026, meaning tomorrow. The play button wasn't active yet, but our files were ready. We were inside that pioneer unit of over 1 million people waiting for the gates to open. So, where did this figure of 1 million talked about in those days come from? We had turned to social media to keep a finger on the pulse of the community. And there it was. The unforgettable statement by Hypixel founder Simon Collins-Laflamme was right before us. We expect over 1 million players on the early access release day. This was proof that Hytale was not just a game, but a phenomenon. These images flowing on the screen were exciting us all that day. Dynamic weather events, a living ecosystem, and most importantly, the in-game modding vision. Hytale was offering everything we used to try to do with third-party software by integrating it directly into the game. This was not just a game, it was a next-generation sandbox platform where we could transfer our imagination without restriction. We were ready, and the legend of Hytale was rising from its ashes just like this. Minecraft had once been a home for us for block-based creativity, but it had become outdated. Those never-ending incompatibilities between the Java and Bedrock versions, the barriers dragging the modding world into a clumsy chaos, and that vicious development cycle that frustrated millions of players. Combined with rigid policies that ceased to be community-friendly, that old structure had reached its natural limits and fallen far behind the times. Hytale, on the other hand, was a revolution, unclogging these blocked arteries. As creative generalists, we were going to shape our content with this new vision so you could discover these modern and free tools. Whether you were someone just embarking on the adventure or a designer who had been tripping over those obstacles for years, you would now find that limitlessness you sought in our playlists. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to get notifications for new videos. See you again soon, and thanks for watching.